It's the Grinder's Journey signing in. What's your journey? We're back again with another banger. Grinders, grinders, grinders. We are back again. What's your journey, man? Episode 11. And who do we have today, man?
Hi everyone. My name is Solomon Smith.
Okay.
On Instagram and TikTok as Smithonomics. Economics and business teacher, most notably for the Premier League. So I teach the Cat 1 and Cat 2 clubs. Any boys who are taking business or economics will be under me.
Amazing. Because obviously, guys, we need someone there that's actually going to teach these lads, you know what I mean? Always got to have that backup. And what's the first thing we want to go through today?
Listen, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
The first thing, let's say education as a scholar. Take us through that, Solomon.
Right. So the first thing understanding is that education is now under the Premier League, you have to do it.
Okay.
Right? So depending on what level you want to do it, but you have to do it.
Okay.
So cool. If we start off from the beginning saying that there's something called a SET program, which is called Sporting Excellence Program.
Okay.
And then they also can do like a BTEC, say for example in sports or something like that, which is what most boys will do to have a level 3 qualification.
Okay.
When you become a scholar at a Cat 1, Cat 2 team, you basically have the opportunity to, if, say, for example, you don't get your pro contract, you've now got a level 3 qualification and you can carry on with your life and explore other options.
Backup, you know what I mean? Literally.
So where do I come in? I come in because a lot of the boys now are realising that they don't want to just do sports science and sports and exercise science. They want to come and do business or economics.
Wait, so before that, it was just sports science?
It's like sports and exercise science, yeah, because that was just what most clubs offered.
Okay, so then they offer other things.
But now they're offering more.
Now there's more variety.
There's more variety.
For
There's
players,
more variety.
That's really good. That's
exactly. Because not everyone. Oh, yes, you may kickball, but it doesn't mean you're actually interested in sports science.
Yeah, literally that. Yeah.
So you could be interested in. Well, most of the boys want to make some money. So obviously, as young men, they come out and they want to make some money. They want to know about investments, understand the economy, understand maybe starting up with their own business. So lots and lots of different avenues. So they all want to now take multiple different routes. So there are boys taking chemistry, English, psychology.
Amazing. When did this all start coming in?
Oh, this has been going for a very long time. This was before me. So this was maybe, it's been like 10 plus years in the making.
Okay, then.
But it's growing. As the stigma is kind of gone away from A levels, that it's really, really difficult, really, really hard. And actually it's something which can be encouraged and useful.
100%.
Boys are now going, actually, I've got the time. I finished training at 1-2. Why not?
Why not just spend that extra hour or two just to rise quickly, you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? You're not doing anything else. Like so education always takes part either before your training day starts or at the end of your training day.
Okay.
So some clubs will do it straight away first thing in the morning. Some clubs will do it at the end of your training day once you've eaten up, finished lunch.
Do you think players have more of a thing? Which one would they rather? Do they normally have that? Or whether it's morning or after
morning
school?
would be better just in terms of like your cognitive ability. You're more fresh, you're more awake in the morning. But obviously as long as you're doing it, I think that's what's the most important thing, that you're taking that leap and that jump to get involved in education and get the most out of it, because that's what's most important, right?
100%. So with you saying that obviously players are coming to you for studies and all of that, is it a thing where like all players actually want to come and do it?
I would say now, players now are getting to the point where they are more willing to do it.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, right, you've got in your head already what you think you want to do. So give me a random subject. Any subject, maths, right? So in your head, you've already said, cool, I want to do maths. Now, remember, to you don't know what maths A level is. You've got no idea. So what most clubs will do is they'll give you an 8-week trial period. And that 8-week trial period is for you to kind of see if you'll like it, but it's also to see, for me, if we bond as a student-teacher relationship. Because sometimes it's not the subject, sometimes it's just the person teaching the subject. So what you find in schools is that a lot of people might not have had a good academic experience if they didn't like the teacher.
100%.
So like, yeah, you can think of one right now, innit?
Yeah,
you can think of one.
That came straight to my head, guys. You know what I mean? Who's gonna want to go to that class if I don't like the teacher? Man? Like, you know what I mean?
Literally,
am I gonna want to learn?
From time you've already got it in your head, I don't like the teacher, you've already feared the subject. So
100%.
The beauty of this is that there are multiple teachers. So obviously I teach business and economics, but let's say that the student, and this hasn't happened, touch wood, but this hasn't happened. Yeah, literally, this happened to me. But let's say the kid didn't like me.
Okay.
They could now say, right, Solomon, we don't want you. Can we have another teacher, and that's fine.
What the player says that to you?
Yeah, so the player would say to their head of education.
Okay.
So every club, sorry, I never explained that. So every club has a head of education who will organise the timetables. They kind of act like a head of year.
Oh, okay.
So like they act like a head of year. So they organise your timetable and basically fit education in around your training schedule.
Okay.
So they'll speak to your coaches and liaise and make sure that all works for you. So if they're not happy with me, they've got more than happy. And there's no like, I don't think it's rude or unjust to say, oh, it's not working for me.
Because it's nothing personal, innit?
It's not personal.
It's nothing personal, guys.
It's not personal. And you've really got to understand that. I think a lot of teachers take it personal if a kid doesn't like them. And it's like, sometimes it just don't work. Sometimes your spirit never tech with them. So you have to just understand that it's okay.
That's a jam will come out of you, innit? That's a jam will coming out of him, guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys.
It's true though. Like you just got to accept it and it's cool. Keep it moving. I think as young people, as you guys are growing up, you're understanding that relationships with people and how you talk to them. You know, we can have a disagreement, but it's just how you communicate it.
Yeah, 100%.
So I have had boys who have dropped business because they didn't enjoy the course.
Okay.
They didn't find it stimulating. It didn't meet up to their expectations. But when they see me walk around the training ground, they'll say, well, I'll go on the same way. They'll say hello. They'll always greet me. We'll have a catch up. Because to me, you're not a bad person.
Yeah.
You just didn't like the subject.
Just didn't like it. That's it.
And I'm okay with that. And I've got no problems with that. And so, yeah, and I wish them all the best in their journey, of course.
Amazing. So what would you say the opportunities are of, you know, a player actually taking on education?
Cool. So if we take it back a step to now look at the chances of becoming pro.
Okay, let's take it back.
And then understanding why education is important in this process. So if you are just say a year 11 student where, you know, you're playing your football regardless in the country, wherever it is, and we're going to try to contain it within the UK. Okay. Between the ages of 16 to 21, there's about 2 million, roughly about 2 million boys, maybe 1.5 million boys who are playing academy football. Okay. Out of that, there are only 3,800 places in football teams. Right?
What percentage is that?
It's roughly about 0.19, 0.2%.
That is crazy, guys.
For people, please.
All year 11 boys.
So 16 to 21. Age 16 to 21.
Okay, 16 to 21.
16 to 21, yeah.
Damn.
Youth players.
Okay,
youth players, right?
Okay.
That's 16 to 20. Because after that, you now become pro.
Okay, yeah.
And the chances now of making that is 0.19%. And that's an extremely low percentage of even becoming a scholar.
100%.
So now let's say...
And this is just a scholar phase, isn't it?
This is just a scholar phase.
This isn't even pro, guys.
Yeah, this ain't a pro. This ain't a pro.
Crazy.
So let's say now, boom, you do get your scholar, you know, you're flourishing, you're doing really well, you're working with me, you're getting your grades. I have no say over if you get offered a pro. No. Just as a person that I am, I care about your journey because your life is football. Like they are treated as professional footballers. They have a schedule of a professional footballer. They live the life of a professional footballer.
Yep.
However, the chance of now making it pro, a pro contract is now 45%.
Okay.
So this is where it gets quite interesting because what is a pro contract? A pro contract is just basically saying we're going to keep you on for X amount of time, whatever the club and you have agreed.
Yep.
We'll keep you on for X amount of time, and in that time, we'll watch your development. So some clubs will keep you on for 1 additional year. Some clubs will keep you on for 3 additional years. There's no like
specific amount that they're supposed to.
Exactly, because once you become a pro, that's it. The scholar's set. If you get your scholar, you're there from 16 to 18, which is what we know as sixth form.
Yeah.
Right? So you're there for sixth form.
Yeah.
For a pro, that could literally be an extension of a year. It could be an extension of 2 years.
Yeah.
It's completely dependent on what the agreement is between you and the club. Now, this is where education comes in. Education is giving you that additional path route to what you could negotiate in your contract.
Okay.
It also gives you a bit of flexibility that now, if let's say they do say to you, right, actually, you know, player X, we don't want to keep you. You can now take another route in life and you're not left high and dry.
Yeah, that's one thing. You just reminded me about what you said about universities and academies.
Yes.
Can you tell them about that?
So if you're in a scholar and now, so for example, you get offered onto a pro, certain clubs can they'll offer you university, and the university, they will pay for it. So again, this is debt free. They'll pay for it and you'll have the lecturer come to you, or they'll organize university around your schedule so that you can probably go in as well. Amazing. So it works in a really good fashion because the way that now education is handled if you're in a mainstream state school within the UK, there's 30 kids in a class.
Yeah.
If you're a scholar, you work with me.
Yeah.
I think the largest class size I've had this year is 5.
That's crazy, guys.
So maximum.
So that's more specific learning.
Literally,
you know what I mean? Literally
like,
that.
I mark everybody's papers in front of them all the time. Everyone gets feedback, detailed feedback on every single paper they do. Do you work harder? Yes. But then also I'm your personal tutor.
Yeah.
So it's like, if say for example, you're struggling for something,
Yeah.
and this has happened, I can spend a whole week on it. I don't have to rush.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you, you're with me, that's it, done. But yeah, so they've got that additional, thing there. The next thing is then, let's say again, you get to the end of your scholar, you're not offered a pro. Guess what? You've got some A levels under your belt.
Exactly that, guys.
Right? You've got A level, maybe you've done the sports science thing, you've got a B Tech, you can go and apply to apprenticeship.
You still have that backup there.
You've got that backup there, and the PFA is working towards getting more and more boys opportunities away from football. And I don't say this to sound gimmicky, but like, how many man can become coaches? How many man can become physios? How many man can...
Yeah.
And it's not saying that these aren't good jobs by no means, but how many people can continuously go...
chance of you actually getting that job.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, a lot of boys think, oh, cool, I'm a washed up pro, let me go be a football coach. Your life isn't football. Football is something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
There are other opportunities in life. You've got skills. There's human capital. There are skills that you have that you can use elsewhere. I'll say the 2 boys I've got at Tottenham right now, so smart, so smart. Obviously, I really do hope that they get their pros. But if they didn't, that man could go to uni, get a degree, no problem, get a really good job in finance in the city. I'd have no problem. Like, I've got no doubt in my mind that they've got the ability to do that.
That is amazing as well. That is amazing, especially as an academy footballer, guys. Just having that bit of a backup, knowing that, cool, God forbid football doesn't work. Yeah. I don't have to stay in this football industry. I can actually be like, hold on. I was studying economics with Solomon. let me go and get an economics job, you know what I mean? Literally something like that.
Even if you wanted to start a business, remember, the boys are being paid. So over your scholar, you're being paid. So a lot of the questions that I'm getting asked now is obviously about investments and how they invest, which I know we're going to get onto, but it's just that understanding of, if you now wanted to start up a business, you could, but because you've set the foundations of learning it, what is business studies? You've got that underlying foundations there, and it gives you a bit of confidence. Do you know what I mean? Once you've done something and you've learned something, you feel a bit more confident in going out and doing it and practicing it in the real world.
100%. And what do you think now are the negatives of not actually taking on education as a footballer or as a scholar, I'd say?
Everyone thinks they're going to make it. As I said, 45% chance of you getting offered a pro, but remember, you're one slide tackle away from your career ending.
It's crazy.
And you know what, actually, take that back. Not even just a slide tackle, like, I'll make it worse. You're one bad thing happening. It doesn't have to be inside of football. Obviously, in the news, last week, the week before Mikel Antonio, his accident, and very unfortunate accident, but that was outside of football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's going to happen to anyone, but there is an eventuality that, a lot of boys, you might... For example, there was one kid that I know, he was just helping his dad around the house. He just slipped off a ladder. Like, that's just a genuine... Yeah. But he hurt his knee, he was out for 6 months.
Unforeseeable circumstances. Literally that, unforeseeable circumstances. You guys don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know. So you having that backup really does support you.
It really does. And people don't see that there's that opportunity of, like, cool, when football's said and done, what comes next. Cool. Now let's just say that the youth academy's gone well. Let's say scholar's gone well, pro's gone well. You've now become a footballer, an actual footballer.
What do you mean by actual footballer?
So it's just you've played professionally. So let's just say from League 2 and above, like you've played professionally, full-time salaries. Most boys who are making the Premier League, again, I think it's like a less than 1% chance, something like 0.01% chance of making it into the Premier League. But let's say you do.
Yep.
Your career is done by what, 33, 34? Maybe if you're really good, 35, 36. Obviously position dependent, people dependent, body dependent, all those things, factors. You've got a life after football,
What are you going to do next? What's the next chapter?
Literally.
What's the next chapter?
What's the next chapter like? And it's that understanding that football is your vehicle to get you somewhere, but it's
100%.
not the only vehicle in your
100%.
artillery. You've got lots of other things that can enable you to be successful. And it's the boys understanding, especially when you guys are young, very impressionable. And as you get older, you'll realize that, like, I can do other stuff.
Yeah,
Remember,
100%.
most of these men are finishing training at 2 o'clock, you know. What are you doing after the day?
What you did after? Wait, what are you guys doing after 2 p.m. when you finish training? You guys let me know. Let me know.
Yeah, like, what are you doing after 2 o'clock? Like, you're chilling at home, banging FIFA. Obviously, when you're 16, 17, you're going to get your driver's license. You know, a lot of the boys think about getting a car. What car are you getting? Why do you have to get the biggest, nicest car?
You know how it is, man. You know how society is, man. They want to.
But
I think it's more of a society thing. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm even going, right now I'm going to uni, innit?
Yeah.
And obviously, in uni, guys, they want to get the biggest cars. They want to get the best cars. You know what I mean? I think it's more of a society thing, you know what I mean? Literally.
I think as a young man, obviously, I understand societal pressures. You have to look within yourself first.
100%.
You have to be confident within yourself that you're in your own race with you. Me, personally, I've done social media now for, a year?
Okay.
Instagram. I've been very blessed, obviously. Instagram, 27K, and TikTok, about 800 followers. And you've got to understand, I'm not in a race with anybody else but myself.
100%.
It's me versus me. So I don't look at, the Grinder's journey. This is a beautiful podcast that showcases so many things. But I don't look at your success and then diminish my own.
Yeah. Or compare. Like,
I just say, cool, you've done your
this
thing.
Is me, but you're doing your thing.
And I'm
It's
so
different.
happy you've done your thing. And that's what, it's tough. It's really tough with social media. But if you're a young man playing for these academies or these showcase clubs or the scholars, just focus on your thing. You can drive a Corsa. You're still a baller, you know. You're still a baller.
One thing you ballers actually need to know, you ain't got to grab that Merc, man.
You don't
You
need
ain't
to
got to
grab
grab that A-class, man.
you know the A-class. You know the A-class.
You ain't got to grab that real ski.
And if it's not the A-class, it's the 1 Series.
Nah, but that's funny.
And you know what? It's mad because, like, the showrooms, they see you coming and they're sitting there like...
Because they know the player, like, we're gonna koala him. We're gonna
literally they know
that,
what's coming, and I feel like, especially now, I do tell the boys this because I feel like I take that responsibility upon myself that, you are you, be confident in you, and it's difficult. Social media is very difficult, especially as you guys are socially going out. When you got the tracksuit on and you're supposed to be the guy, but remember, you don't know how long you're going to be the guy for.
100%.
So these times you could be getting your A-class, right, in your second year of being a scholar, and then you could be dropped by the end of the year. But do you think
I'm not going to maintain this.
Yeah, you think Mercedes care? You think Mercedes care about your bro? All they care about is you've got to maintain these payments.
Insurance, all of that, bro.
All of that is on you. Literally, all of that is on you. So what? Now, how are you going to pay that? How are you going to maintain that? But you were so happy to get that Mercedes, which I'm happy for you if you're happy. But is that the best decision for you? Could that money have been used elsewhere? I was very fortunate at a young age. I just worked, but I was very fortunate at a young age. I saved up money to buy a car. And my mum had a spare car, and she was like, no, you're not buying a car.
Okay.
And that humbled me. I'll say the car, and if you could get it up in a graphic, it was a dark green Daewoo Matisse 1998 plate.
I ain't never heard of that, guys. If you've heard of that, let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys heard of that. But that's way back for me. I can't lie.
Yeah. The car was it was £25 full tank. It was a little banger. Probably 0 to 30 in about 10 minutes.
£25 full tank. That's greedy.
Yeah.
Oh, he would have loved that, man. He would have loved a full tank of £25 instead of £70 or £80. You know what I mean?
And that humbled me. Imagine I'm driving up to motives in this. I'm going to school in this, and I remember people laughing, and that was okay with me at the time because when it was raining, the same man were calling me to ask, what can I get a lift?
What? Pick me up on me.
Yeah, can you drive me? And over time, and I'm so happy my mum did that to me. Obviously now I'm in a completely different position in life, but that has made me who I am today.
100%,
and I would like, hopefully, fingers crossed for those young ballers now to kind of understand investments first. And the boys hear me say this in lessons all the time. Investments first. Let your assets pay for your liabilities. Buy that house. Buy that, whatever that investment is that your choice. Again, your investments are your own.
100%.
buy that, and then let the money that comes from that, you know, the dividends that come from that, let that pay for your car. So if you're making £500 profit from a rental, that's what you can go buy a car.
So now this is passive income coming in. Passive income. You're not working for that. The money's working for you now.
Exactly.
Literally that.
These are lessons that we're trying to teach. And it's funny because you know, like people say, "Oh, we never learnt these things in school." Yeah, that man could never say that. That man could never say that. I taught you that.
I taught you that, guys.
I taught you that.
Don't be lying on Sullivan's name, cuz. Know what I mean? Because I remember there was one time even my dad was telling me about something. So with regarding how you said that, obviously football normally ends around, obviously depending on your body, depending on this, depending on that, around let's say like 35 or over 33. Cool. I know that a lot of players who have, let's say, obviously you're getting paid a lot a week, you're getting paid 50k a week, whatever. After that, cool, you stack all of that up. But then after football, now you just splash it. Now it's gone. Now you're wasting it on clubs. Now you're wasting it on drinks. Now you're wasting it on going here. Now you're wasting it on flying there. Now the money's just decreasing, you know what I mean? But you saying, cool, now having that education part of it now, okay, the money's not going down. The money's going up. You know what I mean? Literally that.
I'm not going to be the idiot to say that I haven't done my fair share of stupid purchases.
Oh, like everyone has.
Do you know what I mean? And it's not me telling the young boys now that you're not going to do yours. I'm saying to limit it. It's the understanding of like, cool, you can splash. Listen, if I had that money at that age, I wouldn't have done everything I've done to this day. But I think I've learned, obviously, when I did have money for a team, my parents made sure I couldn't splash too much. Do you know what I mean? So I think my version of splashing was maybe buying a tracksuit, which is fine. Not spending it on a GLE. You know what I mean? There's two levels to splashing. So I'm not saying you can't treat yourself and buy yourself some new shoes or some new clothes, but you don't need to go out and buy a £20,000 car at 17 years of age. It doesn't make sense. That's not what you need to be doing at that age. But yeah, they're getting there. They are getting there over time. And I think now as the boys are getting older, and especially as the older boys are doing it, the younger ones are coming up and they're seeing it. And then they're going, oh, rah, my man's done that.
Nah, I got to do that.
I've got to do that as well.
It has to be that.
And that's how it happens.
I remember you telling me something about apprenticeships with football as a academy boy or girl.
So Scholar, this set program, is actually an apprenticeship.
Okay.
But outside of that, there are also additional apprenticeships that the PFA can set you up with. Okay. So again, if you don't make it, which is very high probability of a lot of boys don't make it, they don't want you to be high and dry. There's a stereotypical thing of a lot of boys getting finished at 18 and they've got nothing. All you've ever known is football. You've never done a job interview. You've never had a CV made for you.
Never.
Like you said, you're at uni now. Like you're going into the world of work. You're understanding what it is to be a real adult. They've not got that because they've been in a football environment. So it's that they get given life skills along the way, which can then teach them about these things that, you know, we kind of take for granted because we get it naturally, like, because we have to.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't, because they never have to. They've never had to write a CV because their version of a CV is a tape. Do you get it? Their version of a CV is like, have you watched my trials? Have you come to my game? Like, that's their version.
But this is one thing I say, it's not the players' fault. Now it's about the clubs and academy system as a whole really helping the boys to be like, cool, you know what I mean? Have that backup, really advise them in a good way. Literally that.
PFA is getting there. The PFA is getting there.
That's amazing.
And they're pushing them in the right direction. I think a lot of parents... Do you know what? We talk about blaming a lot of people put blame onto the boys. Some people put blame onto the clubs. For me, as a teacher, I put blame onto the parents.
Okay.
I think I put blame onto the parents because you're the adult in control of your child. Like 100%. It's your child and you need to manage that child's expectations. Clubs treat the kids as assets because they are. I think the stat is 1 in every 9 years pay for the club. So like, say for example, like Rashford probably will get sold at the end of this season. That will pay for the club for the next 9 years. That will pay for the academy for the next 9 years.
Okay.
Right? Because remember, he's a homegrown talent. So they've never had no transfer fee, none of that. And I know in football terms, we look at certain things and we go, oh, like he got bought for 30 mil or he got sold for... Remember, in real life, people are on a 30k salary. So if someone gets sold for £1 million, that's a lot of salaries that's just been paid for.
100%,
Do you get what
100%.
People don't really deep like.
What you just said, that was a crazy stuff. I was taking that in like, what? Like, let's say we said about Rashford, that's paying for the academy, like I mean, that's going back into the academy reinvestment. I never knew that.
No, like people don't really think like, oh, these are simple stats that like, it goes over people because football numbers become so unreal.
Yeah, they're so unreal that it's normal. Like 1 million is £1 in football.
Literally.
That's literally 1 million is £1.
Oh, you got sold for $1 million. Like, that's
nothing.
a lot of money.
Yeah, but
like,
it's actually a lot of money.
Because
Literally.
if someone put $1 million in my bank account, my life has changed forever. My life has changed.
Put 1p on this.
forever.
Put 1 million on this table. I'm gone in a second.
You know them ones there.
And the 1 million won't be here. Definitely, it won't be here, guys. It won't be here.
But yeah, so that's another thing now. So kids are realizing that parents need to realize that actually you need to discipline your child. Like they are still a child at the end of the day. They are still impressionable.
100%,
16 to 18, you make a lot of very big decisions in your life. Through the scholar program, but just as a normal person, you come into your own, you learn about yourself, you're learning more about yourself, you're gaining independence. You know, your parents need to be the ones. My parents were very strict and I'm happy they were, but like you need to be there to say yes, no, like this might not work for you. I want it to work for you, I really do, but this might not work for you. And even if you don't phrase it like that, you might just want to phrase it as like, okay, so what else are you doing? Are you just going to be a baller? Is that all you're ever going to be known for? All right. Cool. If we think about ballers who have pivoted after their careers, so like Dior Dublin, who does the property show, I didn't even know at the start that he used to be a baller. That like goes to like he's literally come out and changed his life, but he's used football as the avenue to become a personality, and now he's become something else.
That's even like that footballer who has that brand.
Reece Wabara.
Was it that?
For Man of Devoir.
Yeah, Man of Devoir. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
But
I was reading about it. I was like, wow. Now he's
look at who he is now, though.
But
again, he's just shown you, like he's shown you, I was a baller, but I am not just a footballer. That's not all it is to my life. And I think a lot of the boys are thinking, I'm a baller, so that's all I have to do.
All I have to do. It's not. It's not.
But we're getting there.
And I think a lot of boys don't take this to heart, as in like, oh, Solomon or me are getting on to you, or this is that. No. It's just a thing where Solomon understands more about the education system, all of this. So he's just putting out his opinions, his understandings of what you guys need to understand more, so you can really understand that, cool, after football, if this doesn't work, if I don't get my pro, if I don't get my scholar, I can actually have a backup and I'll still be calm in life. It's not like, cool, football's done, I'm done as well. I don't even know what to do in my life now. No. Now you actually have more of an avenue, you have more varieties to pick and actually do better for yourself as well if you don't make it. But obviously we want you to go pro.
Make it.
Obviously, who doesn't want to go pro? I wanted to go pro, you know what I mean? Literally that. But now here, just letting you guys know where it is. Literally that.
But it's not even saying, cool, let's just be clear. It's not even saying that your football career has to be done. You can have the career. Your day ends at 2 o'clock. What are you doing
back to
for the
2
rest of your
p.m. guys.
day?
Back to 2 p.m.
What are you doing after 2? Like, it doesn't have to be that, oh, I failed as a footballer, I now need to think about plan B. Plan B should be happening from today. It should be something that you're planning for today. If you're saving up for that first property today, you're buying that first house, like you're looking at it from today, you're investing that money from today. It can all start from now. It doesn't have to wait until. That's what I think a lot of people kind of get their mindset is, oh, if football doesn't work, what else? You know, Braithwaite has he's got a massive property portfolio. I think he's like one of the richest footballers from his property portfolio.
Crazy.
But he's known for being a footballer. But that's not all he's
known for.
Do you see what I mean? You have to have that understanding.
100%. And this was more of a podcast where it's more informative, really just letting you guys understand more about the education system, letting you guys understand more about backups, understand that there are different avenues now in the academy system, such as saying with the PFA really helping out boys now. And that's what we're talking about, guys. Do you have anything else to tell them before we shoot off?
I would say that please remember your life is dictated by your choices. Football is a fantastic, like the way football in this country has supported so many like mandem from ends to change their lives.
100%.
But we can kind of end it on, what are you doing after 2 o'clock?
That's the question.
What
are you doing after 2 o'clock? And that's the Grinder's Journey, episode 11. And we're signing out.
And that is a wrap. What's your journey? And of course, we'll be back again with another banger.